Hello, and happy Mondays. It's Snowrunner hard mode. Hey Chameleon, hey Sam, hey Mike. We are back in Ontario. Unfortunately, it isn't really. This is photo mode, so it isn't really this bright in the day. Hoping everything sounds okay. But as you can see, we've got the Zix, and we're going to carry on with some more firefighting, water transporting goodness. Oh, right. So, without any further ado, I hope everybody had a good weekend. You might be able to notice I caught quite a bit of sun yesterday. I was outside for about 3 hours and, well, 3, maybe 4 hours. Yeah, got a bit of sun on my face and my neck. Whoops. But, you know, that's what happens. Alright, let's... Oh, yep. Forgot. See, I've been driving the Fleet Star all morning. Forgot that this is a bit faster. In terms of background projects, Smithville Dam has been reviewed and assessed. Every little track has been driven on. So I think what Black River took about 3.5 hours to do. Smithville Dam probably took in the region of about 5 to 6 hours to drive every route. It didn't help. I fell over quite a bit. Sometimes in really, really stupid places like you would not expect to have tipped over. Why am I going this way? Oh, I suppose I can. Yeah, I can take a dive through there. Yeah, there's if Elon's rocket goes boom, then it might get. Yeah. So I put in the Discord the other day. There's the photo that I captioned catch of the day. But if you notice the ground, what would be under the truck is entirely flat. It's just that there was a tiny dip off to the side of the road, and it just completely threw the truck over. That's so far every route driven in Smithville Dam and Black River, but with a Fleet Star with metal beams on the back as a tester. Hearing about equal odds of scrub rapid unscheduled disassembly. Is this? I'm assuming this is an unmanned flight. Is it just of a new rocket design? Is it just bigger than the previous? What's so special about this particular launch? If anything. Is Elon on it himself? So yeah, we've got 3,800 liters of water in this little setup. So we're heading to the third burned warehouse. That'll have us finish that off. We'll have a little bit left over. And then we've got the dairy loaded up with some water of its own. Oh, that one. Oh, the rocket that looks like the rocket if you've ever played Surviving Mars. Just looks like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be the one to be used for traveling across the world in like a couple of hours or something, or putting a lot of cargo in and going to Mars. That one. Is it as shiny as all the pictures from its early development? Is it just a big, what looks like an aluminium foil project? He's got some drain pipe, put some foil around it, and then spaceship. Well up. Oh, it's struggling with this trailer. Where are they launching it to? Are they just doing a suborbital type thing? Just send it up and have it land somewhere? Other than the heat tiles, it's still stainless. Wow. Boring. At least spruce it up a bit. Yeah, so is it just a suborbital thing, or are they actually sending it somewhere? Like around the, I don't know, around the moon or something. All goes well. Ah, aqua braking. Or hydro braking, I see. Go into orbit. Ah, okay, I'll do retroactive burn. No recovery. Wow. What the hell? Am I getting stuck on? I hope they do something about recovery. I'm just leaving it. What? Is it the trailer? Is the trailer stuck? Oh, there's a... Yeah. Of course there is. There we go. Shame it's not like Kerbal where, you know, once you're in the water, the little button at the top appears and you just hit recover. and get the money back for what you've brought back. Yeah, I suppose they just want to see whether or not how well it gets up into space. So then they'll have to do another launch to test its landing capabilities on a big old platform. One of Elon's plans from a few years ago was to buy, well, what would be decommissioned jack-up drilling platforms, you know, used in oil and gas that aren't required for that work anymore. Because they already exist and they're massive. But they're not really supposed to have massive weights put on them. So even if it is somewhat gentle, legs can only take so much. I.e. the weight of the vessel. And a little bit more. Come on. Here's a good little truck, is this thing. Why? Yeah, I made it the right way. Aqua. Delivered. Well, let's just hope there's no litho braking incidents that come up, because they're pretty bad. Starting at the beginning at the third burn warehouse. That's transfuse. Oh yes, I know how menus work. I know what I'm doing. I've played this before. Fully loaded starship with boosters and all bits. Oh, rather not a full oil rig. The jacket ones are, I mean, the portable. They're a lot smaller, and the legs are essentially made of scaffolding. Although it was intended for their Falcon rockets for those to come down on, but they're very expensive to move. You would need a geological survey every time you wanted to do a landing because you'd want to put the legs down for the stability. So that's just added costs, really. Really, it's not that economically feasible. I wouldn't have thought. Although it would keep me in work. Need to, yeah. Every time you wanted to bring a rocket back down, you would need full. Yeah. So if you just Google jack-up drilling platforms, they're ships with legs. They're used. Jack-up vessels are used for, well, they're originally used for oil and gas drilling. You can get small ones for near-shore drilling, and they're used. The offshore wind farm building vessels are pretty much exclusively jack-up vessels. I'll if you go one sec, I'll show you some Lego. This is the basics of what a jack-up vessel looks like. And if I turn the lever on the back, you can see the legs. So they resemble this for building wind farms anyway. The oil and gas ones are triangular-ish. But you're limited to certain water depths, you know, as big as the legs. Oh, so struggling to get around a bit today. Although this area, though it doesn't look it, there's one called the Innovation, which if you're in a relative, this isn't a road. Where have I gone? I'm supposed to be over here. The Innovation for a time was the biggest in the world, and it was in port in a town I used to work in, and you could see it from about 10 miles away. It was because the area around was flat, so all you saw was the ship in the air. The on the Discord, in the deck at work section, I think there are a couple of pictures of some old jackups. We had, when we were in Dundee, the port of Dundee, we had one in front of us and one behind, the Valaris jackup platforms. Oh god, oh no, I'm gonna run out of fuel. Oh no. Mostly because I've gone the wrong way. Talking about jack-up ships and rockets. We'll get as far as we can. That's the thing with see, with this ladder on the roof, encroaching, well, on the roof, it means you can't have the fuel rack. When I feel like the ladder could just go a bit further back, and then it would be okay. I think one of the biggest ones that's easy to search is the Saipem 7000. That is a monster. It's very old, but I'll go over there. Now we're back on track. I mean, I'm about to start chugging along because I don't have any fuel, but in the right neck of the woods now. I mean, we've only got 100 liters left in here anyway. it's not loads. Dairy time. Oh yeah, I did a bit of a vehicular cleanup. So all the vehicles are either here or, you know, there. Brought the cargo trailers and everything back and sort of did a bit of a reset. And I sold the Scout 800 because, you know, I don't need it. So, tell me to pick up. Yeah, I do have water. So my operations can start from here. Come on. Make the corner, make the corner, make the corner. Bingo. Might have to use this to bring the Zix back to where it can get some fuel. We have the very foglight heavy dairy. I think you'll be opening up a gateway to another map. Oh, we did that last week. Last week, yeah, the Let There Be Road. That was that mission where we used the twin steer and the BM-17 all loaded up with concrete and metal beams to drive through the gateway here and then across the burnt forest this way, because this is where you have to unload the cargo. So that was Friday's stream, but we're nearly finished. Nearly kind of finished in the first map, and then we'll focus in the second map because I did a lot of the tasks. Watching the Tesla stock on the, yeah, that's probably a pretty safe idea there, Mike. Imagine if it's successful, go up a bit. That'll be a big step towards interplanetary rocket missions. Then it will be like surviving Mars. And if you're unsure of me, man, just look up surviving Mars rockets, and they all basically look like Starship, or BFG, BFS even. BFG is something else. Which way am I wanting to go? It wasn't actually this way. A lot of shorting going on. Naughty, naughty. Guess we're gonna go that way. Find alternate means. Yeah, I meant to go past the second warehouse before heading across river. Oh god, my memory is terrible. I didn't have an amazing sleep. Short-term memory for which routes I'm taking is pretty short at the moment. I've not read a Roald Dahl book in forever. I think the last one, probably when I was still young, was like Danny, Champion of the World. Right. Right. Let's get down here and we'll get across the river. Slight detour. We've got plenty of fuel on this bad boy though. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now everybody knows we're in firefighting mode. But yeah, once we've got this contract done, I want to take the fire unit off and do some cargo running with the truck. Not done that yet. Not with this. We're going across. I like how it's still telling me, like, oh, this is where you can pick up water. Even though I'm full. You need to tell me where I'm dropping it off. God, maybe I am genuinely being outcompeted by Elon. Only a couple of bits of interest so far. Right, get across the second river crossing. Cut through the back of the woods because these should unveil. I think it's like a metal beam and maybe something else. But I mean, realistically, I probably should have done the water tower repairs first. Although I can still do them afterwards and then take the water through to the other map. Really? 40 seconds. Maybe somebody was a bit too nervous and wasn't sure. They weren't. Well, so you've got to be 100% sure that everything's going to work out. There's no point being 95% sure and then giving it the go-ahead and then it blowing up on the pad or something. Turn right then left. Yeah. That's it. Everyone should just come flooding in now. Right. Got the river to go across again. Just going downhill in a straight line, so. Great, it's going to be in the news that nothing happened. I think this river crossing's alright, just got to remember the way across. And then I think it's to the right. I mean, we've got the snorkel on the roof, so water depth really shouldn't be a problem. Look at the big fish. Fish in shallow water. 2 fish. That fisherman, that fisherman's in the wrong place. Here we go, and double check the routing. Maybe cut through there. If I head here, come around, collect the Zix, which is facing the wrong way. And head out that way. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, we don't want the closest one. We want the furthest one for the meantime. I mean, this is it's pretty easy going around here for this thing. Very, very big. Now, people might have seen on the Snowrunner Reddit there was a bit of a strange discussion regarding the new Mastodon that's coming. Some people very much not up for discussing it and making that view known. Others kind of just wildly speculated. Well, that was three weeks ago now that it was announced. 3-4 weeks ago. Maybe there's a lot of thorough testing going on. It is looking like that. Whether or not it will actually be better than the Zix 605R can only be determined once the Mastodon is released. So we'll have to wait and see about that. No doubt they might just tweak it and just, I don't know, put diff lock on a toggle for some random reason. Even though, given the size of it, you would want every wheel trying to drive as much as possible. Here we go. Hard on the right. Oh, right, so that's half done. Seems like something that would have a bigger fuel tank. What? A bigger fuel tank than the Zix? But it's got lots of spares. So I mean, we don't know if the Mastodon will have a roof rack. I mean, the biggest fuel tank truck is the Cat 770G. Not that that's used very often. Oh, that hurt. That did a number on the suspension. Quite literally. I mean, what's the Zix 605? 380 litres? I imagine it'll probably be the same, or maybe 400. Hitch up to 6, tow it back to base. Well, not all the way back. Get it to where we've got some fuel. Okay, right. Should have left the Zix by the. Oh, come on! As if this wouldn't just snap through most top end tree branches. There's the Zix. Temporarily put some fuel in it. And I'm going to have to tow it backwards to the little junction. Yeah, I mean, I don't fix the suspension until it's fully broken. Got, what is it? The... Oh yeah, of course. These trailers don't have a winch point on the rear because why? Yeah. What is it? The Chevy Chevy Kodiak I've got back at the base has 7 suspension points. But we managed to drive through the woods without doing any damage. You can turn. All I need to do is get the cabin around facing the front. Just make towing easier. Just drag myself around. No. Why? I don't know. I really don't understand. There should be more options for control when you're winching. Why? I didn't want the Derry to start driving forward with the winch attached. There we go. Hold it in, get it a bit closer. Out of fuel. Oh, going the wrong way, aren't I? Yeah. Kind of. Started in the wrong direction. My wayfinding is dreadful at the moment. Go along the railway and we can cut down to the right. Marker that on. I was here, wasn't it? Yeah. The Dairy Special US or Canadian? No idea. You get it in this map, which is Canadian. I think the original design is American. The Hempt, H-E-M-T-T. I don't know. I'm not very good on the real life versions of any of the vehicles. I don't know, they called it the Dairy Special either. Special's a weird name. Right, we're gonna head down this muddy gully. And Cowabunga. Go left. I don't want to go over the rocks too much. I had ample time actually to install the active suspension on this truck, and I forgot. Come on, Derry, hard left. Lose the driving power just so I can steer a bit more. Oh, hop, skip, and a jump. And we're back on the right road. Should just be easy enough to ascend. Up here we've got the water tower that is built near the main road, where we've got the Zix part from last week, where we did some rescue maneuvers. Means the Derry can grab some fuel without pinching any from this truck. Going along a fair weight, considering the engine and Zix switched off. It's doing a fine job. Transporting that H2, apparently. You kind of hope though that in a future region there's part of an airfield where we have to, I don't know, extinguish a fire on, I don't know, a building or some kind of aircraft, because then we would be using this vehicle in its natural habitat of an airfield. Up and up and up. Come on, come on. Half a tank. Very quiet in the cabin, given how basic the interior is. Yeah, we're all good. It's all good. Please make that corner. Ooh, God, it'd have nearly bent the wing mirror off. Shortcut. I know I say there are no shortcuts in Snowrunner, but I think that one counts. Hey. Okay. So, just gonna ditch that there. That's fine. So this will carry, yeah, it's 2,200, right? So I can do half of that one remaining. Then we're gonna need one regular trip trailer and one lone trip, just for, what is it, for number 2. Oh, no, not that way. No. I changed my mind where I was going in the first place, didn't I? So, which way is faster? Ah, down past the Zix. Yeah, get the right gear. I know how to drive in this game. Both trucks will probably end up going this way. 605 bar. You got fuel on the roof, right? Of course you do. Right. Race you up the hill. See, whether or not the Mastodon's going to be more maneuverable or faster than this, really up for debate. The Mastodon's probably going to be about twice the size of this thing. Two-slot cargo bed, 3-slot cargo bed capability. Oh, see, the cargo's managed to wriggle itself free of the sign. So we won't have any pipes flying anywhere. Bit of a shame. Okay, we need to turn around. Oh. So 3,800 would mean that just 600 liters outstanding at second burned warehouse. Come on, you can make the corner. Just mow that tree down. It's fine. Okay. That's where we're going. Yeah, so we want the second warehouse. So we come down there. It's the ways. God, I've never waypointed so much. Just because I'm feeling a bit dumb today. Yeah, just any news, Mike, on the Mastodon. It's been a while. Does it really take that long to test one vehicle? I bet there'll still be something wrong with it. Come on. You did alright through here last time. Money. I did consider maybe buying the big water trailer, the 3,800 litre. No, what is it? I think it's actually 3,700 litre water trailer to use with a saddle truck, just in combination with this for just the most water I can, or in combination with the dairy. Not quite as much water as what is potentially possible, but there's a lot of power to keep it all moving. I'm still throwing up water, going through the mud. Ooh, there's that old steering. Wow, we just plugged straight down then. Oh, it's stuck. Come on, reach the gravel. The water trailer get heavier or something during the night. Tell you what though, because of the music in the playlist I don't know how well you guys can actually hear that. The music I have picked out in the background. But a lot of it suits a similar aesthetic to the Snowrunner background music. And it does give me itchings to play Hyperspace Shipbreaker again. But there would be a lot of relearning. Suppose, yeah, if I'd have built the tower, it would have been a very short bit of transport from there to that arrow. But it's fine. It's fine until you completely... Oh, it's that... I hit this branch last time. Yes, it's not me bogging down in the mud. It's a tiny bit of wood. And I've lost all my momentum. just had a bit of a thought, right? So, you know, they put this water trailer in because if, for instance, you play New Game Plus, you can turn off the trailer store, which would kind of match basically how I've played, where I can't buy trucks and trailers and stuff. But this is the first map that actually comes with a long log trailer. None of the others do. So if you have that setting enabled in New Game Plus, you can't complete the game. You will softlock yourself. Quite a big oversight. Maybe that's why they've actually put one in now. But then they need to actually go back and retroactively add long log trailers to maps. One, because they're very expensive. Especially if you're playing hard mode. When it's normal, it's really not that much of a problem because repairs and fuel are free. And you get all the money back from selling trucks, but I think I'm going to leave this here. But yeah, they should really go back and put long log trailers in every region in the first 8. No, first 11. First, that would only cover part of the DLC. Because, yeah, you can't complete it on New Game Plus with the trailer store disabled. Right, so we'll drive this straight back, so we'll take a right. So we use half a tank. Oh dear. God, without the trailer, this thing is wild animal. I guess when it's not full of water as well, the water makes quite a bit of difference. Feather the gas. Lots of incremental steering. I'm assuming even if I only partially filled this with water, the weight would be the same as whether or not it was fully loaded. You can say I only need 600 litres for the second burned warehouse. Ooh, there's a bit of a crunch there when I went into high gear. Yeah. Bit more fuel from the old Zix. Big Zix, the Zix 6, whereas this is the Zix 5. And what's the other one? The 3? The one that if you're feeling really brave, you can put a bloody log loader crane on it. Even though the crane's about twice the size. Is the Mastodon going to be classed as a Zix as well? They're going to put it under that same grouping. As long as they don't all start, you know, with the same number as their name. That's what I like about the Azov 5, 6, and 7. It's quite easy to identify between both of them. Unlike the Kolob trucks, I have stopped by the wrong vehicle. Where they're both 747. Bloody hitboxes, man. They are crap. That's all I've got in there. That'll be fine though. That was hugely unnecessary. I'll keep it all with me because obviously I need it in the other map. So I can imagine a good challenge playthrough would be to use a variety of like these. It'd look quite funny. Right. Let's swap into the dairy. We go. Scratch the back of my head. Up there, which is the quicker way? Well, he is from down here, past the warehouse. Across we go into off-road mode. Should be a breeze now. We'll have the dairy unload and then drive it back. Refit it with a flatbed and a crane, and it can take a trailer. You know, grab that gold. As well as... Oh no, I think... So there's the secure containers mission, which is 5 cargo mission. There's the gold, and they're both cross-map missions. I'll be able to get all of the secure containers, or 5, spread between the flatbed and a trailer, because I don't need to pack the trailer. The gold will take 2 runs across the map anyway. I don't think it matters which I do first. Oh, not really. Wheels don't be spinning much. Definitely all going at different rates. The age through here, 'cause it's all wet. All wet and rubbish. Got the fuel on the top. So that's the jerry cans, 20 litres. Dude, 240. Yeah, I'll be fine for fuel. Ooh, yeah, the ground here is a bit mix of rock and mud dips quite a bit. I mean, the primary thing that sticks out for Phase 8 is that it's the region you could come to very early on and make a lot of money very quickly. I had the point on Friday where I'd driven, what, 117 kilometers and had made like 107,000 money, like dollars. Not bad. You know, it's nearly $1,000 a kilometer. Some of that, you know, a lot of that is just just exploration. So mission-wise, it's much more economical than a lot of maps. Plus, you get a lot of free vehicles. Where you only have to, you know, tow it across the map to unlock it or something like that. Change truck. Right, I accidentally delete the water carrier trailer. That would be bad. That. Shoot, I'm just taking out this. Oh yeah, I've taken out the right vehicle. For some reason, I thought the big truck was the 6. Don't know why. Yeah, I imagine there would be a lot of truckers all over that if that was the way the payment worked. So what am I at now? Distance traveled 146, payment 121. And I'm about to finish this, which is 14,000. So I won't surpass the kilometers driven. Still won't be 1-to-1, but it'll bring it in close again. Plus, I'll have added to the kilometers driven when I brought things back to the garage to be refitted, so they weren't doing any specific missions. So I think you could have a positive mission, like money earned versus kilometers driven. I think plain saying normal, where you've got access to, you know, whatever trucks, no stupid rule sets. You could definitely earn a positive on that regard. And yeah, definitely there's every DLC seems to pay more than the previous one. Like, what was it? In Yukon, some of the bridges were 4,000 or 5,000 for just dropping off 2 metal beams, and you did that in Michigan and got like, oh, here you go, here's a pat on the back. Missed the turn completely there. Go. 2,000 experience as well. This would be great for leveling up. What is in here? 1 metal roll, 1 metal beam. Is that the same for all of them? That beam. Nope. I assume that one's going to be the same. We are not doing water boom 4. So, contamination removal has us go along here and then transport it all to there. See, that's 17,000. Where the majority of the drive is paved. Ideally, to do that, I would want to be orientated to go from west to east. I could do east to west and then cut back through Waterboom 1 as I like to do. Then there's Waymo's Mining, serious business, which is 25,000. So we've got 3 bits of cargo in there. Gold, drive along here. Another 5. Could I get them all in the trailer? Do it. Oh, if I could do it all in one go, that'd be very naughty. In this truck, can the Dairy Special have a low saddle? I imagine not, but worth a shot. If it can, yeah, but then I've got to come all the way over here, just to then go all the way back, and then go all the way this way, which would be a big waste. Right. Oh, this was why we're here. Refuel. Oh, 140. Oh, they're 20 each. No. Wait, there were 6. Guessing they weren't full, because that doesn't make any sense. Oh no, 140, there was 6. Yeah, whatever. I can't brain today. Let's get down this hill. Let's get this back to the garage. Get it refueled. I'm sure the jerry cans are 20 litres per. And I've had 6 on the roof. Should be... Well, that'd be 120. Unless because they're all mangled, I can't actually see them properly. I figured... You might have noticed for the thumbnail that the dairy in the thumbnail was nowhere near as beat up as this. That's because I used one from a different save. It's like a better screenshot. I think I might do that from now on, rather than just showing battered vehicles all the time. Or I don't know, people might have liked that. Some people like the things to look pristine. Ground's alright again, we'll just go through in auto. The Zix there will stay put because it has water available. So that'll go straight to the next place where there's a fire. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a lot of use out of this today for its testing. I think I'll swap to its other tires as well. Battered vehicle, yeah. It's only because I don't fix them. I don't even know how much it would cost in the garage to repair the bodywork. But it's a bit silly that because the truck is damaged, it automatically applied damage and wear to the water tank, as if it had been like that the whole time. Weird. A bit weird. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long to get back. I wonder, because I can't remember the raw stats. I wonder what the performance difference will be between having just like a flatbed compared to this big unit. Of course, the spare wheel will make a comeback. Oh, sorry, it is there. The other bits and pieces that added a lot of bulk. Mudrunner mechanical repair. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. You know, you've got a hammer and you just tap out some of the bends and bumps. That might take a while on something this big. When things like the flatbeds end up a bit mangled if a truck rolls over, I mean, there's not much you're gonna do to that by yourself in order to get it back in shape. I think the best looking vehicle for damage is definitely the Bandit, because it's so flexible. The first time I was using it, it was either in a live stream or a co-op episode where I was just seeing where it could go, and it ended up twisting. The chassis twisted behind the cabin, and one of the axles was bent the wrong way. And it still drove perfectly fine. It just looked ridiculous. Short drive now across the bridge. I'll just refuel directly at the fuel station. Oh no, I'm going back to the garage anyway. Just use the Phoenix, which is back at the garage. Oh, we go. See how it gets by on its default tires. Because I mean, these tires are definitely a solid choice. Though one looks like it is about to fall off. Not the other side. Ah, the other side they all look alright. Is that a consequence of the damage? Oh my god, I'm thinking it actually might be. Because it's on 6 health and it's wobbling like crazy. Yeah, you do have to be careful with that Jack with with the Bandit. Likes to play rollover. Virtually, the only weight in the truck is the engine. Unless you put, I had to use it with a van body. That adds quite a bit of weight. I think from whatever the real life variant is, the cabin on the Bandit is a bus, or part of a bus. Just started playing and you've bought a lot of DLC. Well, you've easily got 1,000 hours of game to go out. Oh, that's a good point. There's the website. What is it like? How quick to finish? I wonder what that says for Snowrunner. Or there's just a picture of the infinity symbol. I looked at it for Deep Rock Galactic the other day, and I think it's 500 hours for 100%. Just pretty crazy. Especially when I saw, I think it was 85 for Horizon Zero Dawn. I thought, oh, that's a lot. Fuel prices changed today. What's it say on the board? 374. Nah, same as before. Love the game. It just takes a long time to do stuff. Yeah, it really does. Sometimes you think that shortcut will save you time, but 9 out of 10 times it will add time to your journey. I mean, I've definitely had my money's worth of game time and enjoyment out of Snowrunner. If a game takes less than 100 hours to complete it, What about space engineers then, Chameleon? Because there's technically not even an end game. It's just, that is just infinite. Even a game. Yeah, but then what about noughts and crosses? I mean, I can finish that game pretty quickly. It doesn't take 100 hours. And we're back. Mangled mess of a vehicle. Active suspension. After replacing all fuel. What? After replace. Oh, because it's got the 200 repair parts in it. I think. In that case. Yeah, it's got 200 repair parts, so I might as well use them. Wait, what? Did I just fully repair everything for 1 point? How different is the game on hard mode? You can't sell trailers. Selling trucks only gets you half the money back. Fuel and repairs cost money. Wait, it's all the bodywork has been what? Have I just found a bug? All the wheels are now at 23. Found a bug. The suspension was damaged. So I had 200 parts. Oh, I'll have to review the video. But the wheels now all say 23, and that was not the case because one was on 6. Because it's a different set of tires, you idiot. Pretty sure I had engine damage as well. But it's repaired the bodywork on the fire tank. And it only consumed 1 point. Is that something you can have a look at, Mike, in the files? The fire tank add-on repairs. Is that... I'll have a review. I'll have a look after the stream and calculate how much I actually needed, but it was definitely more than 1 point. I'm going to lose them all anyway. No, I'm not going to be cheeky and spend them all on the surrounding vehicles. I'm just going to get rid of them. Oh, the fire thing's all broken again. Yeah, that's not right. Videos have helped you out. Well, I'm glad they have. I'm glad they have. And thanks for letting me know. Right. That. Oh, can this not run a triple bed? And only saddle high. Right. Oh. Ooh. How to make... I bet it's a pretty decent long log hauler, to be honest. Might paint it a different color. Orange, not bad, not bad. What are the two tones down here? Red and white, orange and blue. It just reminds me of the Vanguard in Destiny. Yeah. Blue and white. Okay, pink and yellow. I'm going to go with orange. Yeah, now we've got the big exhaust up the side now. Let's grab the trailer. Then we'll hoppeth in Phoenix. It's next to us. Phoenix. Yeah, so in hard mode, Jack, money actually matters. So the early game can be really rough. You can't just go spending left, right, and center. Like, it costs money to move trucks between garages and regions as well. Right, refuel. Should be left in there actually. And then we're gonna put it in the roof. Hang on. Let me just look at the board. But I don't know which one the utility mount is. It's got too many different fuel. Not convinced about what it says for fuel for the dairy special. Something's not right. Any tips for garageless maps? Yeah, they often have a service trailer and a couple of fuel trailers in them. Right, fire this fuel across. Menace today. Just finished Ontario on hard mode 100%. Just returned on my vehicles. That felt good. What percentage am I on? 37. Because I only do it twice a week. But we're getting there. I mean, look at that money to distance. Yeah, I've only done it, yeah. Barely a third of the missions. We're getting there. Give this a spin. Right, so gold or secure containers? Slowly but surely, yeah, pretty much. Okay, it's quite a bit more wheel spin there. Nice, yeah, you got to start somewhere. It's good to do as much as you can in the early regions to really get as much money and XP together for increasing your rank. Let you buy more stuff. Right, I need to decide. I think first I'll do contamination removal. Yeah. Wondering whether or not I maybe should have gone a different way. But nope. Get the secure containers first. I'm probably get all 5 in the trailer, to be honest. And how far apart they will be packed. Another thing about hard mode, Jack, is that you can't skip time, which is why I'm driving at night. Grinded to get the mud tires, yeah. Once you've done that, you can pretty much drive whatever you want. Really matter. Although you can pretty much drive across the majority of Michigan just with off-road tires. They aren't in the early game. They're not as valuable as they might seem. For my future project that is making kind of slow progress. All routes marked with a green dash can be driven without the aid of all-wheel drive or diff lock, with just the UOD2 off-road tire, and it's quite a lot of the first 2 maps. That's for sure. That's with cargo on as well. In a Fleet Star. Seem to grip a bit more on harder surfaces compared to the MSH2. Oh, I didn't note the power difference actually. What are we at? A plus. Yeah, a lot of footage review after this. Oh yeah. You just don't go across the bridge. You just cross the ditch. Just go straight across the ditch. If it looks like it might ruin your day, then it will. So just avoid it. Yeah, the ditch is definitely the safer option. I know exactly where you mean. I wish we could, by default, have the cranes at the back. That would be so good. But no. Right. Try stop. Oh no. Bring it in a bit more yet. Get it hoist. Heave it in. And just pop it on the back for now. Yeah. Yeah, or park sort of hang on. Park side on or slightly back. And then use the crane to push the cargo along the trailer. It works better when it's got a sideboard because it can't fall off. But yeah, Mike's mods are great for having the crane at the rear option because it means you can equally reach the either flatbed. Restore the crane. Nope, don't want the winch on. It's an accident. Why did you not move it all the way up to the rail? You can get 3 on this flatbed. Easy. Oh. Yeah, the lights weren't on. Actually, gonna reach. Oh, I can. Alright, I might try and get it in. Put it in the back. Depends how heavy it is, because no doubt as soon as I get to a certain point, it'll just... Oh no. Turns out this concrete block isn't that heavy. I can go to nearly full extension. Yeah, the outriggers do nothing, which is why you will never see me actually deploy them. They don't apply any force. Come on, square. Just want to push it backwards. Oh well, it's in the middle. We'll see where it goes. And it went to the... Yeah, the... I just can't see from that side. The outriggers, when the truck leans, they just compress, which is the complete opposite of what they should do. So I'm gonna have to detach detach the trailer to get the others in there. It's not the end of the world. I know the last one isn't, but these are, it's just conveniently placed side of the road. You don't even have to go anywhere. Oh, there we go. It does in hard mode. It does cost money to load cargo. I think it's 200 or something. That's for auto loading, but if you use a crane, it is free. Free. I think it looks pretty good in orange, I think. 250. Christ. Yeah, so if you're doing that, was it like the cellulose mission or anything in Yukon where you've got to move 20 plus bits of cargo, well, 15 plus, it adds up. It really does. Sometimes you just bite the bullet though, because I mean to manually load 16 items of cargo. Still reach this one. No, even though it's well in the circle. No. Great. Oh, I didn't check the trailer brake. I just disconnected. Pretty sure this is safe. How you'll do it. Oh yeah, the crane moves more slowly when you're hitched up, even if the cable isn't fully in. It's a bit odd. Okay. There for now. Do a big rearrange when we get to number 5. And the maneuverability in small areas is big. Nope, come on. There you go. Put that down. There we go. So you look at the space inefficiency. Criminal. Gotta get turned around as well at some point. Best truck for what? Overall, for me, the best truck is the Zix 605R from Moore. There is a nice little video for it on the channel as to how to get it. Pack everything, detach, repack what I've got on the truck. But it does take, well, about 3 hours? 3-4 hours to get it. I didn't turn around, did I? I've just decided to start loading straight away. Oh, there's plenty of space. Shimmy you there, and I'll just you up gently. There we go. Look, that space in the middle. Pump. Couldn't quite get a fourth one in there, but far off. Right, now we try and turn around. Ideally, starting off by going forwards. Not ideal, but it's going to help. Use anything you can. Put yourself around a bit more. Go, that should do it. And unless they tip over, these pretty much won't fall out. So it doesn't matter that they're not packed. Definitely where I went wrong right in the early game, where I bought a bunch of flatbeds because they didn't have a color, like the sideboard bed, which is blue and doesn't match any known color in the universe for a truck in Snowrunner. Now it means when I fall over with stuff in the flatbed, stuff goes everywhere. And it's only really an issue if I don't have a crane, but 9 times out of 10, hey Groove, I do have a crane, so it is no real problem. Go, using the winch to turn, tighten that turning circle. Oh, just in time. They will run, raise the suspension, raise the roof. I haven't really had many, I don't think I've had any issue, actually, with the suspension ride height, where sort of been thinking, God, yeah, I could really use with a slightly adjusted height of the truck. Not like it already doesn't have massive clearance. Okay, we approached that. Maybe a bit too heavy on the gas pedal, but it's all right. So I'm using a bit more of a narrow tire profile. But it's still working well. I need to test these in a separate save, take them to somewhere really muddy, see which tires perform better. I'm pretty sure I know which ones will. The new Mastodon has the crane, and there's your answer. That'll be such a gimmick though if it does, because it's a separate DLC. And it would be the only thing you get. Whereas with the Zix 605R, at least you've got a more to kind of the truck fit the region. Otherwise, it is kind of just making a truck like, buy this, it'll make the game easier. But it's a bit of a weird one. I reckon it'll be about the same. Or they'll do something like give it a 200-litre fuel tank. Complete curveball for like no reason whatsoever. They do like to do things like that. It is a bit odd. What should I do after I get Cosmodrome? Chernokamensky. Pretty much. The game must be nearing its end anyway. There's a whole year of content, pretty much. Still to there's still 3 DLC, like map DLC regions to come this year. So you've still got at least like 9 months of Snowrunner content. Well, not like it's this is what a seasonal release every 3 to 4 months. Nobody was sure if there was going to be a year 3 really until they announced it. Oh, no, I don't know if I want year 4. Yeah, I think the bigger tires are a bit better. Kenworth, Mac, Mastodon. Yeah, but the Kenworths and the Mastodon, the Kenworths and the Macs are going to be, well, they're going to be, what I'm going to say, typical American truck implementation, probably, where you just feel a little bit let down about what you get. Who left that trailer in such a silly place? Just really bad form. Kenworth would be fat. I mean, it depends what they decide to put in there. Much if the devs cashed out and all these paid DLCs are OP. It would take the challenge out a little bit because then you just use the DLC trucks all the time. But I mean, everyone's got their own play style. I'm not one to judge. Where appropriate, I've definitely used AGL mods to speed up the process of some things. And they're often hilarious to drive at full power. And then it's just a nice, easy crawl to the factory now. Bit weird that you know, there's Cyrillic markings all over these concrete boxes found in Canada. It's a little odd. Yeah, exactly, Groove. Excuse me. The tires aren't the be-all, end-all. I mean, they are for the super heavy vehicles, because they're just next level. But for general trucks, the off-road tires will normally do you well enough. Or just avoid the mud. Go around it. Oh, it's the game. Look, the game's freaking out with the up arrows, jumping around everywhere. That could have been an opportunity to launch cargo. Oh, why did I turn the engine off? Duh. Let's grab this one. Drag it out. Let it pop to the floor. Now we got the 4 packed. I remember you had to be careful unloading cargo. Sometimes it was freak out and not even count it. God, we've come so far. Or when you couldn't drive, you couldn't pack trucks on the back of trailers. You had to very awkwardly winch a truck onto the back of a trailer, keep the winch connected, because there was no pack feature. And if you did it by changing vehicle, drove on the back and then changed vehicle, it just fell through. Or when cargo loading in co-op didn't work, you would try and crane cargo onto your friend's vehicle and it would just fall through. Oh, the game has come a long way. Right. How much can we get done? So, my next objective is the gold. Which means I've got to go all the way over here again. Come across. I reckon I could carry all 8 somehow. It's not going to be packed none of it's going to be packed, in fact. But but I might swap back to the big tires. Did I the ride height back down? I did. Oh, now I've got to change it again. There we go. I actually turn around in here. Nip around the back. Oh my god, like a factory area with space to turn around. Mightily unheard of. Oh, it was wonderful. So back to the garage, change tires. It's weird that the tires, when I put them on, they all had like half health. It's a bit odd. Well, I took that fairly poorly. Big landslip. You know what this truck is missing? Cup holder. Oh, you can see the steering mechanism. If you look at the bottom of the screen, where my arm's not in the way, you can see the steering mechanism just in front of the right knee. That's pretty cool. That's actually very good attention to detail there. Yeah, maybe take out the fire extinguisher, put in a big bottle. Any recommendations for new players? What kinds of recommendations? For trucks? Or where to go? Or what? Gonna get the go-kart was quite big. Still one slot, but big. If I could get it on its side, yeah, that could work. Then use the crane to pin some down on the flatbed. If you're looking for vehicle recommendations, the Lodestar is a big favorite for a lot of people. The Lodestar Scout. I like the Paystar 5070. Line choice? I mean, like routes. Stick to main roads. If you're driving and you're tipping over, steer into it. That should help stop you rolling over in most cases. I've got my proper wheel damages back. You might already realize this, but the add-ons can be swapped between vehicles. So for instance, I can take the flatbed and crane off this and put it on something else. The add-ons you buy aren't restricted to just that vehicle. Except if it can't equip like other ones. Oh yeah, the Tatterin. That's a beast. Yeah, suspension, it's a bit soft. You can mount it up with something heavy, though. The Cat 745C from Alaska is always a good shout. Excellent recovery vehicle, massive tanker, massive wheels, and can do medium logging without a trailer. Oh god, yeah, the Tatooine is a nightmare to get back on its wheels. The issue with the B-17, Jack, will be hill climbing with cargo. In the previous stream, I had the Royal with a trailer with 2 metal beams and a concrete slab, and it was struggling to get up hills that were a little bit muddy. It required a winch to get going. Then the twin steer came through without all-wheel drive and diff lock, and or mud tires, and just cruised up the hill like there was no problem. So the B-17 is lacking in power a little bit. Tatooine weighs the same as the twin steer. Yeah, the Tatooine is a tank. I find the twin steer is a lot easier to roll over because it has straight, you know, it has flat sides. Tatooine essentially tapers up to a point. The narrow flat roof. It's very bottom heavy, so when that's up in the air, it becomes hard to roll the damn thing over. Very rare in that you'll actually roll the Tatooine over, though, to be honest. You have to be a special kind of player to do that. Such as one that would drive it off a waterfall kind of sideways. That was a painful 10-15 minutes. Right. How big are these? Oh, they're not too bad. Okay. Can I reach the trailer? How awkward is it going to be? Okay. Oh. Okay. They must be about the same weight as the special cargo. It's quite a bit bigger. Can I have that one? There we go. Scoot it along the ground. You actually get the forks in those fork slots. Is it quite narrow, or does it just act as a pallet? Just slide in anywhere. So how much gold is in these? Hey, there we go. Like a glove. What do I want? Just work around. So on their side, we should be able to get a few more on. Or I'd just be boring and do it in one trip, in 2 trips. So, if I could get it finished before the end of the stream, I'll be peak earnings. Look at that. We're in 4,000. 153k earned. 157 traveled. Oh, they would. Well, if they were completely full, this would be a lot of gold. I think all the world's gold fits into actually a very small area. It looked like they have lifting straps on the side, but I mean, they look like they break very friggin' quickly. Federal Reserve Run. Federal Reserve Runner. Never catch me in my dairy. Got all the gold. This is just filled with bullion. To be fair, unless they had the right vehicle, they wouldn't actually catch me, would they? They get stuck in the mud. Need Snowrunner police. It's deep here. Key tip actually, Jack, as well. If you've noticed what I'm doing, you might presume that high gear is just for roads, but it's really a high-speed version of the low gear. You have to maintain a minimum rev, not even necessarily a minimum speed, a minimum rev, and it just means that you won't gear down when you meet sort of a bit of an incline like the truck will if you're in auto. If you meet a bit of resistance, the auto gearbox will gear you down pretty much straight away and you'll lose all your momentum. Yeah, get used to high gear early on and it'll make things later in the game a lot easier. You can't set off in high gear. You have to have a little bit of speed before you go into high, or else you'll stall the engine. Come on, grip that mud. Snowrunner high gear has a far different, not from what I've just described. Bit of a drive to get up the mountain. Remember not to turn in too soon or else we'll be crawling along the cliff edge pretty awkwardly. Yep, that's a good tip, Magnus, for newer players. I mean, I did know that. I think in one of the, not in the tutorial, but the devs said that, you know, you can set off in first, switch into high, and then switch back to auto, and it'll jump up the gears. But yeah, spamming your, whatever your gear button is. So for PC, well, if you're using an Xbox controller, it's LB. If you're using, I'm going to be brave here and try and guess this. If you're on PlayStation, what would it be? L1? Is that the equivalent button? Yeah. I have not played on a PlayStation controller for many years. I find them a bit small. Right. My other drink. If I try and set off, check engine light comes on, truck wets itself. If I press LB, straight into fourth. Groove, I play on a computer, but I use a controller that's plugged in. I'm not an Xbox. I just use an Xbox control. What would it be? Be left shift. Left shift on a keyboard. Oh, this is where the active suspension might actually come in handy. Whoa, just like a normal truck. PC with Xbox controller, yeah. Compatibility is there, for the same system pretty much. It's just peak. It's a good looking truck. Alright, so just to double check. Yeah, it's out to here and then left. Use the keyboard. Oh, I can't imagine steering. Although I can actually. I used to play way back in the day when Spintires first came out. I played that mouse and keyboard. So wiggle steering, just just this all the time. Just to keep moving. I think it was V for the function menu. I don't know if it's still V. Found gear changes to be really awkward because left shift and move the mouse. So I often got those wrong or missed the gear. Oh yeah, not to say it doesn't. I mean, it originated on PC, and I bet a lot of people played mouse and keyboard before controller, or if they had a wheel. There you go. Get your torque down. Be interested in getting 5 more gold in this setup. Can't wait. Right. I reckon I could get, if I can get 4 in the trailer, I can get 4 on the flatbed. Tip them on their side. Gotta be creative. Save time. Improve on that money to distance ratio. Way back when I started, I'd have just I'm gonna have to eat my words in a second. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you don't need diff lock. I mean, this, you can't do that with most trucks. But way back when, I'd have stopped, I'd have put it in low, I'd have put the diff lock in, and then I'd have set off. Nope, high gear all the way. But the ramp flatbed be a bit easier to do this. Getting up to a road. It's a rock line road. No netting or anything to hold the boulders back. Let's Ooh, okay, I'll turn around there. Use keyboard and mouse for everything apart from Elite Dangerous. I guess because you're flying in Elite Dangerous, it's a bit easier to use analog sticks for flight controls. Although I've seen people who play things like Battlefield on mouse and keyboard, and they're just ridiculous in Jets and Choppers with the flight controls. I mean, it's not very simmy, but I didn't unpack the trailer cargo. With enough practice, you can use any interface play a game. I wonder, I could maybe learn to play Snowrunner with a Guitar Hero guitar. Just see how that works. Or a Wii board. Right, attach that. Snowrunner with a Wiimote. Back. How to attempt to stand cargo pods on their side. Ideally without it moving around. Drag it. No, stop wheeling away. No. Back. Also, the smoke in the non-firefighter variant of this truck is horrendous. Ah! There we go. Right, that's one. Chance to... Yes! I need to go into low gear. Okay, then step backwards. You might need something else to help with... Because there's a few more than... What are there? Eight directions you can choose for Dance Dance Revolution. Tons move, pounds half. Turn pounds into pounds. Oh no. Right. This is where you do all this. That one doesn't want to tip over. Do all of this, and then as soon as you go over a bump, they all fly out. Well, they like to wheel away, don't they? I can't see for the smoke. Right. Right here. And... Ah! How's that? Yeah, I can get two more in there. Can you imagine the crane controls using a dance mat? Because obviously, because it's a driving game, a lot of people will use wheels. I'm assuming they use a controller or something for the crane, or a mouse, because there's no way you could do the crane with a wheel. Be infuriated. Nope. Ah. It's supposed to tip over. I don't have the space. No. Sometimes you've just gotta give it a prod. There we go. Got to the trailer wheeling stage, so I can't. The smoke is unreal. on the end. No, you. What? Why won't it move backwards? Right, there's that one up. We have to move forward now because for some reason I can't wheel the trailer back. It's going to be better. Completely over-engineering this. If you don't try, you don't know. The last one is always the hardest to do. So I'm going to try and drop it off the top. Get it roughly square. And just lift it up a bit. Over the edge. Drop it. No! Fell out. Alright, maybe a controlled drop, but you know. Principle was there. Is that good enough? No, didn't mean to let go. What to do is there. Gently pay out the wire. Oh no! It's so close. If I try and nudge it with a crane, the trailer's just going to move. Also, it's a bad angle for it. Give it a cheeky. Come on, get in the gap. No, doesn't want to do it. Alright, well, we'll see how that goes for now. I've reached the turning cutoff. Because the crane will actually only go like 350 degrees, and then you have to go back. Untwist and go the other way. This might be a little optimistic. Because I don't have the side walls or anything. Pop that one there. That's going to be the platform to tip them over. All this just so I can drop them as soon as I drive out the gate. Oh no, release the cable. Pay out. So, there we go. Then you can use the head of the crane, give them a bit of a nudge, and use other cargo to also give them a nudge. Love the camera's freaking out. Ah, flush. I've got fuel on the roof. Got fuel on the roof, Magnus. 140 liters, I believe. Yeah, that nearly fell off the back. course, hitboxes. Hitboxes are rubbish. It's not having it, is it? Oh! It is having it. And then... it's gonna look so dodgy. I'm just gonna stack the last two on top of each other. And then put the boom on top to pin them down. Yeah, a bit closer. I mean, ta-da. That last one's absolutely falling out. I have another go. I'm not going to get far with that last one. Could I put it on the... no. I'd have probably... on the flatbed, I might have... it would have been better to have just done all four like this. Give it a try. Just to... now it's too much that way. Why are you turning? Nobody asked you to turn. Ah. Looks like it would have gone in as well. Be gentle. Come on. Cargo hitbox is too big. Ah. We'll see how that goes. If not, I will put it on top of the main load. Don't tell any of the road agencies about this. This is our secret. Overstacked and. Right, just grab that. Did it fall off yet? Nope. Let's get it in roughly into position. Oh, I kept rolling. Might be an issue here. Nope. Cargo's still on the back. I'm going to have to drive from the back so that I know when it falls off. But off we go with our 8 gold. You can now make bets as to how long it'll take for one of them to fall off. Wibble wobble. Oh my god, I feel so far away from the truck having to... that was... the thing nearly went over. Third big turn. And... it wasn't even on a corner. It was just on a straight. Alright, there goes... no, and I can't reach it. Oh, I can reach it. Oh my god. But I couldn't do that for the secure box. Weirdly. Third big turn. Nope. This is gonna go on top. It's gonna pin these two front ones down. That should help quite a bit, actually. That's the control I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Off we go again. We're now a very tall build. Well, actually, take the time. How big's that handbrake? Fuel. Okay. Now I don't need to use the trailer cam anymore. Oh, the crane isn't actually pinning that top one down. So it is clipping through it. Oh, when the whole cargo bucks into the air. Suppose I could have put one on the cabin roof, although I still need the crane to hold other stuff down. Yeah, I know the ground's too hard, but I'm taking my time, game. Look at what I'm doing. That one has fallen over. That's not too bad. Right, how far is it? Quite far. Okay. I think there are some bank corners as well. Oh, what's the time of day? 3:57. So at least the majority of the journey will actually be illuminated. Think there's the scout fuel trailer that I've definitely not mentioned before in this area. I think there's just a little bit of fuel left in it. Hang on. Oh yeah. Just trying to access the winch controls. I'm just using regular winch rather than the crane. Should be a little bit of fuel left in this, I think. Can't remember if I took it all. Ah, 63. Ideal. That's gonna hinder steering. Off we go again. But these up arrows are all quite immersion breaking. I don't know if that's the right term considering what I'm doing. Because it's hard mode, what I am doing is saving, you know, a nice amount of money. But yeah, for the flatbed, having them stacked like this is definitely the option I should have gone for first. Had it been a sideboard, the vertical option is the better one, but for just the flatbed, just stacking them normally and then just put them on top of each other. But then I've ended up with 5 on the front truck anyway. tree probably could have caused a lot of damage. Ah, the Derry showing its true power here. Could have used a super heavy trailer had I bought one. And another vehicle with a crane. But, oh no, I could have actually could have used a crane and the high saddle here. That's not a frequent combo though, is it really? Of a usable high saddle with a crane. Not with that trailer anyway. Turning around would have been a nightmare. All right, fuel-wise, we're doing all right. We're a touch wheel spinny. This corner is a bit muddy and uphill, so diff lock, slowing everything down, keeping it regulated very well. Yep, there it is. I was waiting for it. You see how it took a swipe at the trailer, that tree. No, what you're doing is illegal. Wait, that's illegal. But this is the same as loading all of your logs into a log carrier when you have to transport multiple loads. Oh, this is a banked corner. Not going to risk the banking. Just go in this bit. Oh no! It looks like I'm transporting like a flat pack building. Nearly there, having used not that much fuel. Probably spent more fuel on the time just loading. I don't know how long that took. I thought we were gonna make it, having only dropped one thing, not even on a corner. The rear two on the flatbed. Oh. We've got the quick job of IKEA runner, meatball runner. We've got the job of getting everything off, getting 4 of them off, packing, unloading, and then loading 4 on, which really won't take very long. These aren't very... I say they aren't very heavy. They're not as heavy as like small metal beams, which are outrageous. I think... Where's it going? Here? Yeah. Very secure looking warehouses. Get that bin. Get out of my loading area, bin. Right, now we can just throw these off. If it deforms, it's alright. Gold is easily malleable, so. Oh, which of these is going to be the easiest to take out? Yeah. Maybe the back one. I might as well pack these. That way they don't fall off. Destroy the crane. Never know when you might fall over driving with the crane up in the air. Or when lightning might strike. Ah, okay. So the smoke output. I mean, it makes sense. The smoke output increases quite a bit when you use the crane. Right. Pack. Pack. Load. Come on. A little further. Give it the old push. Hold up. Swine. Come on. Yep. Right, that'll have to do. Put another one in behind it. Alright, this might need some massaging. Right, I can actually hit the cargo. There we go, they're both in. This has been done way faster than I anticipated. Today we've made Mad Bank. Made so much money. Another 25,000, which will mean, yes, 20 missions in. We've made 178,000, driven 162 kilometers. So I would have mentioned earlier, I do off-screen prep where I move vehicles around and stuff. So the distance traveled, I'm sure that'll be okay. Doesn't reflect what you actually see for me doing each mission. Okay. These are all in the Burn Forest. Oh yeah, I forgot we got to do that one. Get the beep 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 going. Oh, that one's a lot of water. 30,000 in water. In money for water. Sorry, admin, of which we've done nothing. They're all in the Burn Forest. What's mining? See, that doesn't seem like it pays out very much anymore. So I guess this would be the next one. Wait. Why is it not listing both trucks? Oh, you have to do the cat first. Okay, that wasn't the case initially. On the PTS, you could move either. And then it will be Task Runner again, doing the 4 water booms. What's 2, 3? That's 5 cargo slots. So ideally, I do actually need that trailer. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. That's 6. And that one is 4. So 5 slot trailer would be ideal. I've got one over here. So we'll need a truck. A very capable truck. For hauling lots of cargo. Delivery to the port is That's a 4-slot cargo mission. That's for sure. And then I should probably go on this island. Is there anything here? Swimming the wrong way. Chemical barrels. That are okay. There's one there, and one there. So what do we prepare for? I've quite enjoyed using the dairy in this configuration, but we need to get it back to some fuel. Just chuck out quite a bit of smoke. Is for darn sure. This trailer though, I might leave in the forest near the gateway, or near the road to the gateway, for use in the next map. There is a mission later on where you've got to collect 6 hay bales, which would require either multiple runs or a super heavy trailer. Right, so leave that there. Hang on. That been? No, it hasn't. Oh, thank God. I thought it had been fixed. So actually, because I'm near here, there's metal beams and stuff there. So what? You need sand and pipes. Cabin rolls and sand. Oh yeah, gosh, you're all the way over there. You're the one that needs metal beams. I do need to go and refuel. Ah. What do you have? Yeah, metal roll and metal beam. Alright, then I'll leave the trailer there. I can use it for the water boom missions. Makes sense. Bits by bit. Some of them need cabins, and that's like driving across the whole map a couple of times. Cabins can come on a separate truck. So obviously the workers need somewhere to sit and have their tea and lunch. This has been good to drive for cargo. It will be interesting. I think there's a long log mission. I think I'll use this for that just to see what that is like. I think, given out of everything I've got, long logs is where I struggle the most because the P16 struggles with big hills under load. The Paystar 5600 TS has a hole in its fuel tank. Metaphorically, it absolutely smashes fuel. And then other long log runners, quite small. At least ones that I've got, so they're maybe a bit underpowered. Whereas this, not underpowered. This runs really quite well. Have to be marked down though for add-ons that it doesn't have, but it's not entirely its fault. Yeah. The gold cargo wasn't that heavy for the crane, so if it was locked down for transportation properly, it wouldn't have been that bad either. Wonder if they considered for the gold cargo making it the same weight as metal beams. It's not that dense, but just to mix things up a bit, 'cause it is a bulky cargo. If I had a bit more fuel, I'd run and collect those chemical barrels, because you can see 2 of them. Right, there's plenty of time yet. When I can this week, I will actually work on review videos for this and the Zix 566. Although at this point, there's genuinely no rush because the DLC's been out for ages. Other people have done them, but I will do them for completeness. My goal to have an independent review video for every truck in the game. Still a lot of vanilla ones to do. Heading right here. The fuel light is on. You got 54 liters. Oh, look at that. We didn't take damage. This hill. Yeah, it is a shame that the diff lock is on a toggle. But then for cruising through Ontario, it would be an absolute cakewalk for this diff lock in high range. There'd be no stopping it pretty much. What I am going to do though, pretty sure I need pipes for one of those missions. I'm going to run up the road here. I know there's some pipes. I think they're medium. I don't know if they're medium or small pipes. I think they're small. That's on, right? The icon doesn't really help. If anybody can tell me if these are small or medium pipes, that would be appreciated. God, do I have fuel to make it to the fuel station? 4.6 liters a minute in 5th gear. Yes. More than enough fuel. Five minutes. Come on, fuel. Come back down. Oh, the camera. The mod that fixes camera collision, well, removes camera collision, is very attractive. Although that's maybe a manual install. I'm not so keen on that. And those inclines really add up. This is one big incline. Oh, 9. Gonna be cutting it fine. Glad I stopped at the scout fuel carrier. Right, the fuel station should be, it's just over there. There it is. Only one more uphill bit. Consumption goes down when you go downhill. Yeah. Pretty much perfectly timed. All on purpose, obviously. And like everybody does, I presume, just when you're rolling into the fuel station, you just engine off. Yeah, it's 150 to auto load, not 250. Thought 250 was a bit much. Come on. I want the next. That's the one I want. 661,000. Well. I just activate that back. Will that tell me it's... Yeah, you're not small pipes, you're medium pipes. Where are you used then? The heck do you use medium pipes for? One of these other missions? Nope. Nope. Ah, the flooded land. Oh, they're used in the other map. We need 4 of them. Forest cleaner. 4 medium. Oh well, wasted fuel grabbing the pipes then, didn't I? So they're used for this. No, not this one. This one. And that's it? Oh well, I will leave them by the side of the road again. Damn, they're just further from where they needed to be now. Sure, nobody... The footpath ends here, so I'm sure nobody will mind me just leaving them out there like that. What? Oh, whoops. There we go. With the crane. Right, let's get this back to the garage, where we will... call it a wrap. I think for the big towing, I might just use the Zix just to do those as quickly as possible. The big Zix. Yeah, the cat and the twins here are very heavy. Use the bulkiest tool for the job. Sand might be quite... I remember that being quite limited. But yeah, on Friday we'll do a lot of tasks again. I think might be able to essentially round off this map on Friday. Depends how quickly I'm able to do the various tasks. We've got plenty of fuel. Can run around. One truck can run around from each of the burnt warehouses, delivering metal beams and rolls wherever they're needed. Using that in a trailer. Another one can ready up some cabins. Well, collect the ones you can get. Some of them you might need to craft. But that is very, very fluid segue there. That is where we're going to call it for today. So I hope you've enjoyed the big gold run that we did earlier on. And yeah, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Yeah, there will be, we'll be carrying on Friday. We'll be working ever closer. Maybe get a bit closer to that 50% mark, because there's still quite a bit to do. So yeah, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I've been Deck, and this has been Snowrunner Hard Mode. Have a great week, and I will catch you all Friday.